And we're back. What's up, everybody? Binge and Well Done, coming at you live on this beautiful Veterans Day, November the 10th at 5:53 in the morning. How are you doing? So, comedy is magic. It does equal magic. How? Well, let's get into it. You know, I think it's absolutely beautiful, amazing, fascinating, and more that just with words, even if you're not funny, you could repeat the right words like a formula to math and get an emotional reaction from somebody. That to me is absolutely crazy. I went to go see a comedy show. It was this world-class comedian, Jimmy Carr, and it was so funny because the first 2.5 minutes, it was a PowerPoint, and everyone was reading, and he was killing the room, okay? And I'm just sitting there, and I'm thinking that this is why I think that not just comedy is magic, but I love it more than everything in the universe. It is nothing short than amazing. When you can put together an act and you can not just perform that miracle, for lack of better words, once, but to see it performed multiple times over and over and over and over and over again. And almost always, okay, if it's broad enough, if it's unique enough, it can appeal to a whole audience, okay? And no one is singled out. There's a way of doing things, kind of like, you know that thing, roasting, right? The real key to roasting is actually in the minute, like the teeny tiny details, okay? It's not big, obvious stuff. It can be, but for the most part, you're also doing it with a little bit of compassion, a little bit of love. Otherwise, you're just making fun of someone, and it's not funny, right? But, yeah, I just wanted to make like a quick little post talking about it because as much as I love writing, I mean, I have felt the walls of a building shaking and vibrating from making them laugh. And that feeling alone it's like being the wheels of a roller coaster. It's amazing. And I love it. And I work for it, and I dream about it, and I think about it, and I can't wait to do it. But the whole process, I'm in love with, truthfully. You know what I mean? The process of seeing or an idea, or thinking of a new idea, and then writing it out, and then testing it, and then once it works, kind of like a sword that's always sharp, just pulling it out whenever I want, and knowing it'll always be there for me, and I can always get that magic, I can always get that emotional reaction and have them laugh. You know what I mean? So it's nothing short of a miracle every single time. You know, I mean, if you really think about it, like, what is a laugh? Like, how is it that everyone is making that exact reaction? You know what I mean? You could always say, oh, it's a positive experience, but why does that positive experience result in you having this reaction of where you make a noise and it's very similar to everybody else's? You know? The how, the why, it doesn't matter, okay? But the point is it's amazing. And that's what I love the most, you know? And my balance also, which is, you know, completely different, and I'm not getting off topic, but wrestling / jiu-jitsu. Why? Well, I used to love shooting my compound bow, you know, like a bow and arrow. I just have a lot less time to do it, and it's usually dark when I would go do it, and I need light to do it, right? It's also hard to find a place, but anyway, but it gets my mind off of something. You know, I believe that if you do anything to balance yourself out with another activity, it'll make you better at that activity, because it's like you're taking a mental break from it. You know what I mean? You are, you might even still be thinking about it, but you're driving it to your subconscious. You know, I've had so many different occasions where I couldn't really think of a word or a phrase, and a lot of times, secret revealed, I go to this website called like thesaurus.com, and I'll just type in a phrase and it'll give me like a whole list and I'll see that and I'll say, oh yeah. But other times it's more complicated and that doesn't work. I just got to think of another way of describing a situation. You know what I mean? Kind of like how I just did just now. I said that doing stand-up comedy, to me, it feels like being the wheels of a roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like the actual cart. It's such a deep, more enhanced experience that I feel than you, the audience member, feel. And I chase it, I love it, and it's a part of me. And now I'm on my way right now to do wrestling / jiu-jitsu. And then I'm going to go home and write and get on stage and just have the best time, day, minute, moment ever, again and again. So that's what I really want for my life. I really just want to be able to do that gift that I have, that I know I can do, that I already do. And to pay my bills for it, to pay my groceries. I mean, the most satisfying meal I ever had was after a comedy show, getting breakfast the next morning with money that I got paid for making people laugh. So it's an unreal thing. I love it more than I can describe, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you so much for your time. It's always an honor to be able to just share myself with you, the listener. I'm Benja Well Done. Check me out, and I got that really cool merchandise line called War and Laughs, WARANDLAUGHS.com, which is where, I'm an Army vet and I do stand-up comedy. So there's your war, there's your laughs, and a lot of great stuff. So check it out. I'm Benja Well Done. Have a great day. Peace.